Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 78 of the Almost Daily Show. And in other news, it's also 2018. Dave, I feel like we've gotten ourselves back to the future.
We are definitely back to the future.
I feel like Marty McFly right now. I'm gonna head back. I need the guy with the hair all over the place to tell me what to do. We're gonna get in that fun tin can car, and we're gonna make it a little Saturday.
Well, you look like Marty McFly.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
I think everybody needs to hang out and play with the flux capacitor at some point in their life. Might as well be today.
It's true, because if you've never played with the flux capacitor, you've never truly lived life to the fullest.
That's right. Just don't put your fingers in it too quick.
Yeah, we're going to take it right off.
Oh, I love it.
We're super pumped to be live in 2018. We only did 4 shows in December because we took a little show break because we were traveling. Then we have the holidays, take a little show break then. And we still had a ton of people listening to our shows and the previous shows. And we've noticed our shows have uptick from when we started, obviously, 0 to close to, we're in the 500 to 1,000 listener range now. So we thought we only had like 3 listeners. Luckily, we tracked it.
That's twice as many as I thought we had.
Yeah. I thought we had a half a listener, and it was probably Tara and Steph.
That's right. That's right. So, well, it's good. I mean, we obviously have some decent topics we talk about, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So I'd imagine we have, at least a handful of listeners. So I'm glad to hear that our listeners have gone up, and we have a good following.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we make them chuckle with our classy yet inspirational attitudes. We're like a tuxedo T-shirt. We're here to party, but we're also ready to drink a martini if we need to.
That's right. Hey, side note, I think 2018 might be the year of the martini for me.
Really?
Just saying. I think so. I mean, get a little bit more class going, and, that glass is just, I think it just oozes class. So it could be the martini year for me.
Yeah, you got to work on your technique of, I'd like that shaken, not stirred.
Not stirred. So they just look at me funny when I ask them for a not an olive, some sort of a fruit twist.
Can I get a pineapple in my martini?
I'd actually prefer them just load the thing up with gin and not put anything in it. So
there we go. Can I get gin, and then can I get a little rag soaked in gin dumped in there?
Just
like
3 shots.
Gin?
Just give me 3 shots. That's all I need.
Sir, what are you drinking? Gin.
That's it. That's it. So, well, let's not head down that path. I can tell stories. So
right.
Let's stick to marketing today.
We'll make this the booze show next time. All about booze.
Oh, I love it.
So we wanted to go live today and kind of talk about the marketing in the new year, what it looks like, what you should be doing, where you should be at. I mean, there's so many different avenues and routes people are going right now, and there's so many different places where gyms are. And side note, I was kind of reminiscing about the way like the functional fitness world, especially CrossFit, was in like the early days, like 2008 and earlier. And it was all about being like different, and people wanted to train because it was this underground atmosphere. And then fast forward to now when we've gone into more of like people doing challenges and stuff. It's more like mainstream, more modern. It's been interesting, the whole transformation of the industry as more and more people become involved.
Yeah. And I think, not to go back in time. I know we were on the, Back to the Future kick, yeah. So I think we always see, especially in the affiliate world and the gym world, we've seen quite the transformation. But what we always see is whatever the next thing is, it gets flooded in the affiliate world. And so I think I'm gonna officially dub it now. 2017 was officially, I think, dubbed the year of marketing in the affiliate world.
That's right. I would dub it the year of the 6-week challenge.
Oh my God. So everybody does marketing now. That's the new thing. Marketing. And I think what we've really found is, and there's actually a show coming out, I believe today we were on, and we talked about that. It's like, email marketing, right? That was like this hot thing. And now it's not anymore. And even though it does have a place, you shouldn't be like focusing on just paying for that. But we're just seeing like everybody who's anybody, whoever figured out how to put up a Facebook ad now has a marketing company.
That's true. Everybody's like, hey, let's do this. And then it works a couple of hundred times maybe, and then it starts to get flooded and saturated. And right. I think that's one of the biggest problems, especially when we start looking at what's going on in the new year, is as soon as someone has an idea, they spread that idea, they sell that idea, and then the market gets completely flooded with that idea around everybody. And then you not only lose your differentiation, but you lose the effectiveness of the campaign, which is really problematic for a lot of affiliates because they learn to depend on these campaigns. And when they can't depend on it anymore, they go right back to ground zero where they don't know what they're doing and they're looking for the next flavor of the week. And it's a huge problem I've seen, especially when we're pursuing the long-term game and when we want to really make sure that what we're doing is going to last.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between, like you mentioned, like, when the affiliate world first kicked off, it was raw, right? It was me and Neil Thompson were the only two in the entire Northeast for years. And, the way we built our business was brand awareness and culture and storytelling. And it was something special back then. And then I think what happened was the way we told our story, all of a sudden now there's thousands of gyms. In my immediate area, there's hundreds of gyms. And they're all still doing the same thing. They're telling the story and having a culture like it was back in the early days. But the difference is that's no longer a brand separation in the market, right? You don't have brand identity. You're like everybody else now. And back when that type of marketing worked for us, we were it. There was no other people. So we were, special in the market. So I think that's for us, like 2018. It's not about marketing and, doing all the traditional stuff and 6-week challenges and all that. It's about actually managing your brand correctly and getting that culture and story out there and, making a profitable business based on, tying it all together with your marketing.
Yeah, that's huge. And I think especially the affiliate marketing, when we're at right now, what we need to look at is how do we create that differentiation in the new year and how do we get people already looking at us and paying attention to what we're doing? And we always tell people it's about learning to tell a story in your own way, learning to tell a story that only your staff can tell, and learning to tell a story that only your staff can pull out of your own clients, because that's going to be what creates that differentiation factor. And then we need to take our clients who are essentially our best clients, or the people who have had the biggest transformations, the people who are going to be the most emotional when you talk to them. And we need to take those people and have them tell their story, because there's nothing more powerful than a person telling you how much their lives have changed due to what you've done for them. And if you can capture that, and if you can convince people to do that on video, you've set yourself up to have a pretty effective campaign. And if you can set this up and have like a 2 to 5 minute story from this person talking about everything, and they showcase the emotions, they cry a little bit, they do all these things to show that you really touch their heart and soul, that's when you create the differentiation. That's when someone who's watching is going to say, holy crap, wow, that's what I want. That's me. That's where I want to be. I have to go see these guys because of this.
Yeah, and I think take that thing to the next level for us. It's all about relationship building, and so that's kind of that's why our thing's called relationship marketing. Maybe we should change it to relationship branding, though. So I think that what's important is you can't drop an ad and build a relationship with somebody. And so it's not about that person seeing your ad one time and converting. We're just not, it's not the environment for it. The market doesn't work right for it. And you get really bad leads. So you got to spend a lot of money and go through a lot of people just to get a few. So it really comes down to, learning how to, one, be creative. So if you're not working with a company or someone to help you be creative, you need to be creative. Create the content, make sure it's consistent, get your entire community and culture and staff involved in it, and make sure it gets constantly put out to the world. Then over time, you build that rapport and they become warm to you, whether it's them coming in as clients or them referring friends or them sharing the videos. Either way, overall awareness is what you need first. And then you can get creative and do different different types of ads and calls to action and all that.
Yeah, I think everything, there's this theory, everything is everything. So everything you do is going to go into everything you do. And when you look at the different realms of marketing, there's like the direct marketers who say, don't do branding, just put a bunch of money into ads, get a shitload of people in there and convert 10% of them. And then there's the branding people who are all about branding. But what we do is the relationship centered piece is we teach you how to brand and how to build that relationship and then how to go for the ask, which is a little bit of the direct marketing side. But it's not the direct marketing where, like you're saying, where you go, oh, hey, here's an ad. You haven't seen us before. We're going to put $60 to $120 a day into what you're doing. And we're going to get 1,000 people to click on this thing and convert 10% of them. It's more of, you've already seen our content flowing. You've seen everything we're doing. Now, when you see our call to action, which is going to be a powerful story, you're going to be compelled to click on that thing and you're going to be more excited about clicking on that thing. And it's a process. So it's your content to a specific audience that we've created to capture your local area if you're a local business. And it's sometimes a lookalike audience. So that way we match your best members if you have a big enough email list. And then it's taking what we've been doing with that and promoting the story that we're telling, the powerful story to the world to make sure that everybody sees what you can do and what you're capable of. And once you have this system motoring and running, and you're putting new people in all the time with that story, now you've got something that's going to get people to convert over. Now you've got something that's powerful, and you've got an audience that already trusts you. If they already trust you, when they see that, they're going to click on it. And when they come in, they're already going to be sold. It's not a conversation of, you should come see us, here's why, and then trying to trick them or giving them incentives to convert. It's more, I'm ready to join. How do I do it? Then you talk to them and you enroll them over. So it's not sales anymore. It's how can I get involved because I trust you.
Right. And it's not that, just to clarify, the traditional marketing approach, we're seeing all these 6-week challenges and everybody basically copied each other and they're rolling out different versions. We have a version that we do as part of the overall system, but it's only a small piece. But what we're talking about here is, and we just saw these types of conversations in the affiliate forum recently, where people, their ad spend a month is, maybe for the last few months is $16,000. And out of that $16,000, they generated $60,000 in new sales. So yes, that works. The issue that we are running into and that we've seen over the last few years is the ad spend has to stay high, extremely high to convert. So you're going through a lot of people to try to get some clients in. That's one. The second thing is it only works for so long. And what happens is, like I say in our area, we started doing some ads as testing. Now every gym in our area runs the same ad, right? All of them. They're all. It's not. And it wasn't. We pretty much copied it from somebody, so it's not like they even copied us. If every gym's running the same ad, we're all the same, right? We're all looking for 20 women to start today, right?
That's true. Huge opportunity.
Right? Huge opportunity. So it only works so long, and what we've seen is you'll run these challenges, and the first one produces good enough results that you're excited. You're like, yeah, we figured out marketing. Second one, it's like half of it, and third one, it's like a big dud, and you're going, this thing doesn't work. And it's because you don't have a brand identity, and you haven't actually done all the hard work of setting up your overall marketing strategy, and then using those types of ads as calls to action as a piece of your overall strategy. It's not your overall strategy. It doesn't work long term. Not in the gym business where unlimited funds are not an option.
Yeah, it's true. And when you look at that type of stuff and people start copying it, you get into this like ClickFunnels realm of marketing where it's get people to a landing page with some sort of story that you're going to tell in the longest text in the history of the world that has the same amount of text as your landing page. Yep. And your landing page is going to say, we're only opening this to 20 people or something. There's going to be a giant count. Then people are going to convert over. You have to convert now. Hurry and do it because these 20 spots, even though we're accepting 5,000, will run out tomorrow, I swear.
That's right.
And you have to get away from that kind of stuff because if you have a strong enough relationship, you don't have to do that kind of stuff to convert people over. But if you don't and you're not willing to do the relationship, then you're going to have to do that stuff all the time. And you need to devote $3,000 a month into your marketing to make sure you can continuously fill your facility and then retain maybe 20 or 30%. 30% would be high of the people who do convert and come over.
Yeah, and I think you just said the word retain. So I think a huge difference between our overall concept of what we do is, for us, relationship marketing or relationship branding is it's just as much about your current business and current members, retaining them, as it is about getting new clients. It's just, we view it as the same thing. So our overall strategy is to build a really good community and open channel for communication and share that to the world, so that not only are we getting new clients, we're actually increasing retention of our old clients. That is part of your overall marketing strategy. It's not just getting new clients. And so I think that's a big mistake. And I think that's where we're winning, and that's why we're working with so many gyms, is because we don't just teach them how to get a lead in the door. We teach them a system of, a brand culture for retention, getting old clients back and new clients in the door.
Yeah, that's huge. And that's one of our big focuses. It's not just funneling new clients in. It's how do we work from the inside to get everybody excited to build out for you. And I think this is why we get along with Two Brain gyms really well, is because they have their concept of affinity marketing, where you market from inside your facility. And relationship marketing ties perfectly into that, because the whole goal of the entire relationship process is to build people inside your gym who want to share with what you're doing, who are excited about what you're doing, not only in your clients, but in your staff at the same time. So everybody's pumped about it. Nobody's upset. Nobody's like, I hate this. Everybody's wanting to pursue what you're doing and share it. Everybody's excited to see it. Everybody waits for the email that has all the content that you've put out. So when you're putting your New Year stuff out, what you need to do is really focus on, how do I tell a story from each one of my staff members? And then how do I include my clients in that story? Then on top of that, I need to say, okay, how do I create powerful transformation videos or even text of a client who's done really well? How do I showcase that to the world? Once you have all that put out, then you have content that's going to run, and you have a sort of call to action that's going to be running at the same time. So you can say like, hey, I'm going to put money into my content, then I'm going to put money into my call to action. You have this continuous flow that's going to showcase who you are, who's inside your facility, who your staff is, the information you have, maybe a little bit of the humor you have for entertainment value, and then how powerful what you do really is.
Yeah. And I think this is something that, because we went up against this a little bit, which is the, like say, email marketing systems that are out there. And we build them out too. Having that like cookie cutter, here it is, top to bottom. Here's 365 days of emails that go out for new clients or potential clients. I think what we're talking about, well, I know it's what we're talking about, is the cookie cutter thing is just, it's just cookie cutter. I mean, it's got nothing to do with you or your business. It's just general stuff going out. And what Chan and I have figured out is, how do you have a almost like a live, organic, long-term nurture system based on what's actually going on right now in your gym? And then how do you capture that and then put it out to the world on an ongoing basis? Not, like, yeah, you can do stuff out for a year, but basically it's, next week's content's getting created this week, or this, or last month for this week. And every year it's always organically changing, because you're not the same business a year from now, and so you want to make sure that you're able to utilize your community, right? The experiences, all that stuff, to nurture your current, old, and future business.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of this, you not only have everything going on in terms of the story and the powerful information you're showcasing that you have, but you have strategic partners in your community that you've already set up that are going to move people into you during the holidays or the New Year's season. Then you have workshops you're running that are going to work people in during the New Year's season. And these workshops can be like, hey, let's do a clinic on low back pain. We always talk about combining with a strategic partner. So let's do a low back pain clinic. Let's do a New Year healthy eating clinic. Like, we have a local grocery store that's Natural Grocers. That's a really, I guess, high level healthy store. And so we're going to go in there and do a class with them in the new year, which is going to help both of us, provides information to people, helps people out. We don't always charge for the workshop, especially when we do it in like their store, because we have cross promotion. but at least we have information that's going to spread to everybody, and we're going to be exposed to other networks. So on top of the story and the content you put out on social media, you need to look at it and say, who's a strategic partner I can identify and work with? And then where can I do workshops, and where can I get people in other facilities promoting me and doing cross promotions in these workshops?
Right. And this is all stuff that we consider relationship marketing. And that's I think, how we tie it all together. It's like one big spider web. So it's not just Facebook ads or traditional ads or mailers or whatever it is. It's all the same thing to us, is produce content and interact with your community. So how we interact is just a tool that we plug into the overall, I guess, concept and system.
That's right. So if you're watching this show, get out there. I think your best first step is you're going to have to get content funneling. You need to organize some strategic partners. But I think your best first step is just to get a good testimonial from your clients and see if you can get them on video talking about it, and then put that out to the world to see. And once you do that, then you can start motoring into the rest of the relationship marketing pieces with how you put out content and how you do all the information. And if you need help, we're always here. But otherwise, you could probably go back and listen to a show that talks about everything else we do, because we've pretty much done a show on everything at this point.
At least everything.
Yeah.
Twice. Right. I can't wait. We do a lot of shows. What's amazing is we never run out of stuff to talk about.
I know. We just babble on, and we babble on forever and ever.
That's right.
But remember,
and ever.
But if you're listening to this, remember, there shouldn't be a difference between market or branding and direct marketing, and there's not a who's who, and it's not one is better than the other. Everything has to mold into everything to make everything work, and that's why we do relationship marketing, because it's taking everything that we know and everything we can identify that's going to work and putting it into one system. And it's not centered on the short term; it's centered on your long-term success.
I like that. I like long-term success.
Me too, because then you don't have to reinvent the wheel a bunch of times.
That's right. I got to tell you, so I just want to point this out. So we've been so busy working with everybody that in my own, the gym that we own, it was, we're doing a decent job with all our marketing stuff, only because we have to be, right? But this last month, I've been really focused on it. I'm so excited for 2018 because we're actually doing everything that we teach and break down at our gym, and we're seeing ridiculous dividends on it. So we've had the best fall we've had in a long time, and 2018 is going to be pretty special around Treehouse. So we're pretty excited about it.
It's going to be so good. And when your staff's excited about it, it's really fun. Like we had a music video we did that was just us dancing. Yep. And then we did a commercial, and I just put it up on Facebook. So if you want to watch our recent commercial where we talk about bodybuilders and bro dudes and nipple tanks, go on Stone Age Fuel and watch it. It's hilarious.
Love it. All right, Chan, another good episode.
Yep, good times. We will see you tomorrow, maybe. If not, we'll see you the next day. Most likely we will. All right. See ya.
All right, guys. Later.